Okay, time to break out the bug spray, folks. Tonight's episode is about the granddaddy of giant bug movies, Them. This 1954 Gordon Douglas picture followed in the wake of The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, a smash hit for Warner Brothers. So naturally, Jack Warner decided to gut the hell out of this movie's budget just because he hates science fiction. So I guess Warner Brothers being run by short-sighted and petty assholes didn't start with Batgirl and Justice League. Anyway, Them also followed the path of most monster movies of the 1950s, and using the creatures as a metaphor for the Cold War. Ironically, finding a communist in 1950s America was probably easier than finding a copy of this movie is in 2024, because no stores or libraries near me had it, neither did any streaming service that I knew much about, so I had to go to an internet archive just to see this thing. So now I have on your screen a list of 57 known B-movies. Oh, forget it. We joined the proceedings in the middle of a New Mexico desert, not sure how far away from Roswell. The state police find a 5-year-old girl wandering alone, catatonic, with nothing but the clothes on her back and a doll with a broken head. No doubt appropriate company at the moment. There is no sign of her family, only a trailer that has been ripped to pieces and an unidentifiable impression in the sand. Not far down the road, the general story is much the same, except that the old man running the place is trampled to death and his rifle broken in half. There's no sign of robbery, only stashes of sugar have been broken up.
Old man Johnson could have died in any one of 5 ways. His neck and back were broken, his chest was crushed, his skull was fractured, and here's one for Sherlock Holmes. There was enough formic acid in him to kill 20 men.
The FBI is as stumped as the local cops are, but when the footprint is sent to a father and daughter pair of agricultural scientists, they have a theory. The attacks happen to also be near where the first atomic bomb was test-fired. When they finally snap the little girl out of her trance, well... And then... yeah, so that happened. Short version, the nukes severely mutated the ants. Yes, I know that isn't how radiation works, just play along. They're turning carnivorous, going to eat anything in their path, yada yada yada, you know the drill. I'm not going to lie, there are times when this movie shows its budget. The ants are intimidating, but they sometimes look like theme park animatronics. In fairness, this was due to that slashed budget I mentioned before. And to be even more fair, they still look fairly good. Maybe you could have just benefited from some tighter editing to hide a few things. For a 50s B-movie, it's actually aged reasonably well, because everyone is doing their best to take it seriously. As honest as any movie about giant ants can get, to paraphrase the film's editor. Hell, the gender politics are surprisingly progressive for this kind of film, with the leading lady being far from a pushover and being taken quite seriously as both a scientist and even an impromptu soldier as things get more rough. I'll refrain from commenting a lot about the political subtext because, to be honest, the Cold War isn't an area I'm too versed in, but it seems like a fair guess that the paranoia of friend and unknown alike is fairly accurate. Wow, for a movie about giant ants, Them is very tense, unnerving, smart, and well worth a watch.